Welcome to Rose Call. My name is Thee, Thee, and we're going to be journaling with oracle cards, the energies of Mary Magdalene, the Rose, and Mother Mary. Here we focus on you receiving your own messages, using your own imagination, trusting what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what you think, what's coming from within you. It's okay to get readings from other people sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. But when do you read yourself? When do you talk to yourself, trust yourself, commune with yourself, trust? Mary Magdalene. The Rose. Mother Mary. The fifth power. I am a body and a soul. This is what it means to be human. We forget we are not only this body, we are not only these fears and desires the ego conjures. We are also equality. It don't say equality. I don't know why I said that. It doesn't say equality. Oh my goodness, my mind. Okay. We are also equally and entirely a soul. My mind, for some reason, put them words together. Sorry. We are both, but we forget. And this is not a punishment. This is not due to some defect or weakness in what it means to be human. The fact that we forget again and again about the other half of who we are is always and in every circumstance an opportunity. Every time we can remember, and remember as in bring back together, the eternal half of who we are with the human aspect of our nature, we practice what it means to be a true human. A true human being, according to the Gospel of Mary, is anyone who tries, imperfectly but consistently, to be both their human self and their soul. This, for me, is what Mary is describing in her Gospel when she says, "In a world I was set loose from a world, and in a type from a type, which is above, and from the chain of forgetfulness which exists in time." Mary 9:28. In the midst of being entirely immersed in the fifth power and forgetting, I bring some fragment of that other half of who I am, some shred of light into the depths. It might be a memory of what it feels like to fall in love at first sight. It might be a memory of a kiss that took my breath away. In a world of the soul, I was set loose from the world of the ego. This is how the chain of forgetfulness is broken. We remember. We remember what joy it is to be human. We remember the light that pierces through our most tragic moments if we can have the strength to let it in. We remember that we are not just this heartbreak the ego endures. We are also a love that is stronger than death. We are also a soul of love that always seeks to love through us. Soul voice meditation. What helps me remember that I am also a soul? What helps me remember that I'm also a soul? For me, my guides do not allow me to forget. If anybody, shout out to everybody, anybody who is like clairaudient, can clearly hear their higher self, their guides, the higher power, different dimensions, ancestors, so on and so forth, or in between. Whispers of Mother Earth, creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, channel. There are creations seeded within you, planted before your birth. There are unborn possibilities yearning to be woven and created, creative solutions waiting to be realized, songs of the ancient earth humming through you, beckoning to be sung, new consciousness that longs to be written into matter. Surrender to the creations whispering you forth. Perhaps they're calling you to reweave the web of life in some way, to stitch the soul in a little more. We became bearing keys for each other, and as you share your song, it unlocks something in someone else. Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They can't be reproduced. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is a planet of creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to truly create. So much of humanity has been raised to consume. We're so focused on more, that we've forgotten how to grow. Sustainability. Our consumption is killing us. Trust the seeds that have been planted within you. Somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, creatives, poets, singers. Yet to be human is to be creative. It doesn't matter what the result may be. Just carve out time to express your soul through your creativity. The seeds planted within you will show you the way. They have intelligence within them, and all you need to do is tend them through the daily grounded creative action. Soul inquiry. What does your soul most yearn to create? What does your soul most yearn to create? So, with the Mother Mary card, when I read the soul voice meditation, when it said what helps me remember that I am also a soul, when I was speaking about my guides, I promise I was also going to say, like, any ideas that keep coming to you, like you ever like constantly keep getting the same idea to do something, but you haven't done it yet because you feel like you don't know where to begin, or you don't know why you getting that idea, or you feel like you're not able to do. Basically, you in your own way, but you keep getting this same idea, the same nudge. People keep asking you about a certain topic, a certain question that leads to the same thing. So yeah, it's very and it's true when this book is saying that the intuition and everything, it comes in the moment. Like if I would have just been in flow and said it in that moment when I heard it, and then read it in the book afterwards, it would have had even more more meaning, more power. It would have stood out more. It would have been more meaningful. Instead of me saying like, man, instead of me saying it now, after reading it in the book, it would have been more in flow if I would have just said it when I felt it in the moment, instead of just keeping it to myself when I was hearing it. Like those type of opportunities too, we have to check ourselves on about trusting our intuition. Like if I said everything else that I was hearing, why didn't I say that? You know, like things like that. And honestly, I didn't say it out loud because I thought it was like a message personally for me, because like I've been getting pulled and drawn and guided to do a certain thing, and I just haven't done it yet. But I don't know, maybe a part of me just forgot that I'm speaking to like the collective, like more than just me. But yeah, the moments of intuitions, the moments of downloads, the moments of receiving guidance, it's very important to listen to that and to be in flow with that and to act on it. Our Lady of Manifest Miracles. Love seeks to manifest through you, as you. It is not only your spirit that is to be blessed by love, but your body and your life too. You are meant to live a reality of divine love. You are meant to experience the presence of the divine in everyday life. Your spiritual life and material existence are not destined to be separate, but rather are to be united, enhancing each other, infusing each other with love and sacred relationship. My miracles are not limited to the world of spirit. They manifest in the material world as signs that the divine love is alive in the here and now. Will you be a willing channel for my miraculous manifestations? We may think of miracles as special, out of the ordinary occurrences, yet Mother Mary teaches us that the miraculous is meant to happen every day. It already does. If only we had the eye of the heart to open to see it, we will be sent into states of rapture at how marvelous divine creation is, and how extraordinary the creativity that unfolds in every moment of our lives, and how miraculous intervention happens through the divine grace. I cannot talk. Grace brings this person and that person together. It weaves the synchronicity into that, which leads to another amazing moment of creation. Endlessly, the miracles of creation build upon each other in exquisite patterns of divine love and simply happening. We can be fearful of not being in control of it, of not knowing how it's going to work itself out, or we can be in awe and trust and choose to surrender into the flow of the Mother's grace. So vast is the scale of divine intelligence unfolding in perfect plan upon the earth. Our mind might become overwhelmed and challenged by what is essentially unfathomable to anything other than the trusting heart that needs no explanation. No matter how we choose to look at things or respond, life itself, including the miraculous manifestation of the Divine Mother, continues. This oracle, however, brings you a special task if you are willing to accept it. This task is to become a sacred vessel through which the miracles of the Mother can be made manifest. Throughout history, there are stories of ordinary people who were asked by Mother Mary to perform some task or other. These tasks were not impossible, but were challenging because they asked each individual to put more faith in her will prevailing than in their fears and the fears of those around them, even if they couldn't see how that could be possible. These people became known as saints, and they became just as you and I, ordinary people living their lives with a love for the Holy Mother and a desire to be open to the miraculous. To fulfill the task that Mary will ask of you, whether you know what it is in this moment or have no idea whatsoever as of yet, you'll need to have courage. Courage will help you trust your heart as you sense her task for you. It might be seemingly small, such as planting a garden of flowers on your front lawn, and that can benefit the people who walk by. It might be a large task, such as speaking the truth in a relationship where you might fear that in doing so you will lose the relationship. It might be to write a book, to come out of the spiritual closet. It might be to pray for someone who hurt you and to ask for forgiveness for them. It might be to love yourself enough to say no to any relationship that's not right for you, even if there is love. It might be to move to another place where your light is needed, even if you do not understand that at the time. It might be to support a cause that stirs your heart, to go to a spiritual class, a workshop, or to set some boundaries between you and family members who ask too much of you. Courage will also help us trust in her as we carry out her task. It is through our efforts in carrying out the task asked of us that we empower her to help us. It is difficult to help someone who won't help themselves. We have to give to receive, and as we receive, we are empowered to give. We need to have courage to start the cycle without trying to control it. We need courage to accept the help offered to keep going. Our Lady of Manifest Miracles wants her presence felt and her plan of love carried out through each one of us in the physical world, and that includes you. This oracle brings a special message also, that it is time now to put your spiritual principles to the test. It is time to rely on them completely as a way to live and move in the world. It is not only safe to do this, but the only way to really allow her miraculous love to manifest through you. Doing this will mean that all that is destined to be born through you this lifetime can then be. You are being blessed by the Holy Mother. empowered by her, and asks to trust completely in her grace. Healing process and affirmation. Imagine red roses are blooming around your feet. They release a fragrance, and their petals seem soft like velvet. At the center of each rose, a golden light shines, releasing radiant bursts of energy. Every burst of energy is a miracle of the Divine Mother taking place. The miracles bring solutions to impossible problems, healing in body and relationships, a windfall, a miraculous discovery, a finding of what was thought lost, a meeting of a soulmate, a path of light through the darkness. Her endless miracles manifest again and again. You then become aware that you are standing in the center of a large red rose, with soft velvet petals beneath your feet. You are bathed with golden light. You are a living miracle of the Divine Mother made manifest. Say this prayer. Holy Mother, Our Lady of Miracles manifesting, I surrender myself to your grace, to your will, and your divine plan of love. I ask that you happen through me. May I be a channel for your miracles of grace and healing in this world. May my life be spiritually fulfilled, that I may bring more of your light to the world. Through your holy grace, so be it. Just rest for a moment, for as long as it feels good, and complete your session with the following affirmation. Mother Mary manifests her miracles through me as I unconditionally accept and celebrate her graceful presence in my body, mind, and soul. So I just want to share a little bit more how these energies and these cards and is aligning for me. I already spoke on the other 2 cards, but this Mother Mary card really hit the spot. I recently had the courage to implement boundaries with some family members, regardless of my fear of how it may affect the relationship. I've even prayed recently for people who hurt me. And then something happened with my bank account where it's been so much fraud with my account that my bank decided to restrict my access to receiving debit cards. And at first, I was flustered, because everything is on auto pay. My rent, my bills. I'm leaving the country soon. How can I go out the country with no debit card? How can I book my Airbnb, my car, anything that I need? We live in a very digitalized world. So if I don't have access to a debit card, what am I supposed to do? And at first, I was getting flustered, I was getting upset. And then I went to the bank, and when they wouldn't give me a card, I'm like, well, okay, I just want to close my account. Because they told me I had to wait a year to get more debit cards. So I will have to, for that year, I have to come into the bank every day to get whatever money I need. And I'm like, nah, forget that. Just let me get all my money. And then because of the amount, they needed more identification, to prove my identity. That made me mad too, because I just drove up here, I don't know, it was a mess. I didn't have any gas, it was a mess. And I don't know, I couldn't get gas beforehand because my debit card was canceled because of the fraud. But anyway, anywho, after I took a few deep breaths, and I literally asked myself, why is this happening? And then I was driving in silence, and then I just started talking to myself. And then I just started telling myself that it was happening because it's time for a change. Because I was like, why is this happening? I've been with this bank for over 10, a decade, but yeah, so I'm driving, and then I just started talking to myself, and I was just started telling myself it's time for a change, and that it's time to branch out, try new things, and be open to the flow. And I need to not take it personal, and to not think that it's happening to me, but for me. And to just be okay with change, because really in life, the only thing that's permanent is change. So if you have a hard time accepting change or adjusting to change, you will have a hard time in life. You will have a hard time in healing, in growing, evolving, learning. Nothing can ever stay the same. Nothing ever should stay the same. And I get paid Friday. I work remotely. My job is nowhere near my state, so it's not like I can just go pick up my check. I will literally have to wait weeks for my check if I don't get a new account tomorrow. So I don't know, this reading for me, it was in alignment. It's been like the whispers of Mother Earth, like the downloads I've been getting, the creativity. I have so many ideas. I have been inspired in so many different ways. I recently shared some of my art. I have so many ideas with writing. I am a channel. 11. I have 1111 tattooed on my inner lip. Because sometimes when people say 1111, a lot of people say make a wish. And so I got 1111 tattooed on the inside of my tongue because I am intentional with my words for the most part. 95% of the time. I'm not perfect. But the idea behind it was, as I speak and my vibrations and my sound, my words leave my mouth and they go across that 1111, that it puts some oomph behind what I'm saying. 1111 gang, y'all know what I'm talking about, but yeah. All this was just like things I've recently done within the last few days. Literally. I've been thinking about moving to New Mexico. Why? I don't know. Because like every time when I'm in New Mexico, like a lot of things about me are amplified, my gifts. And I just feel like I have some type of connection to New Mexico. But yeah, this was Rose Call. I do hope it was beneficial in any way, shape, or form. I do hope you were able to journal, receive messages, having an open mind. I hope it sparked your creativity, your imagination, remembrance, and gratitude for joining. Peace.